Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a game between Lightsworn and Gladiator Beast that I recently profiled on my channel. This one features test apes that put a lot of pressure on to get free tags. My opponent opens Heavy Storm. That's a yikers. GBs do not like Heavy Storm.
It's time to
So I have a bunch of trap cards, which is great. Unfortunately, I'm about to get blasted by Heavy Storm, clearly. But my opponent doesn't really know what I'm playing. Setting a card against me is pretty good. The best play here, I think, would be summoning Sam Knight and attacking into it in case it's a Raikou. It's fair to think that it's a Raikou since it's one of the best monsters in the game, and yeah, it was Raikou. You definitely don't want them to flip the Raikou on their turn and pop a back row, so this is okay with me. Set 2, and wow, he actually pro-stormed me. Getting rid of the 2 cards. This is one of the reasons why I want to show off this deck in a game is Lightsworn can put off pretty crazy amount of pressure, but with the test apes, this really allows you to like kind of recover. You can also block multiple attacks with one hamster or a test ape, so this but this isn't looking good for me. I get the beats for sure. Wolf is 21, but 18 for the Jane, because Jane only gets the boost when it attacks a monster. So I just take it to the face. Obviously, when you're playing Gladiator Beast and you're setting a bunch of trap cards, it's very unlikely that you're going to be playing Gores. Mill's only 2 for the Jane. Draw. I can set 2 cards here. I'm not scared of Storm anymore, but Celestia here would be very, very scary. Hopefully my opponent just doesn't have it straight up. He greeds with the Lila. I could have Torrential here. Pops a back row. Almost everything should be chainable here, yeah. And I put the wolf back in the hand. Now it's just a completely dead card. Enjoy that. Jane goes over. Unfortunately, is able to kill the hamster because it goes to 21. But the test ape comes out. Test ape allows me to grab a guy. He's basically Giant Rat for Gladiator Beasts. But also, if I have another Gladiator Beast in my hand, this card will allow me to just attack in and get a GB, which will allow me to tag in the main phase 2. Not as effective as the main phase 1 Geyserus, but still very strong. And another wolf. Just tons of dudes. Having a bad time over here. Flip summon. Summon Bestiary. So this right here is a Geyserus. Attack in. Hopefully he's got no Honest or anything like that. There's no point to doing it, but you never know. Maybe put on the damage. Test ape grabs me. Pretty much any dude. I'd probably look for something that can kill one of these cards. Unfortunately, test ape brings them out, but they don't have their effects, so he's just an 1800. Take out the Lila. There's no downside to that. We don't need Lila to be sitting there milling. I summon Geyserus.
Double kill.
Easily cleaning up the fields. Now I've reversed to the pressure for sure. He has a problem dealing with these. I have 2 back row. He doesn't have Storm anymore, and he can't tribute for Celestia to get out of this. Summon Lumina. It's pretty scary for him if I have Chariot. Discards Wolf, the dead card I gave him back, and a Lila. It's a good idea for him to start picking away at the back row because, you know, he's not getting over 2400 this turn without an Honest. Lila pop a back row. I obviously don't have Chariot, or else I would have done it on the Lumina's effect of discarding his cost. It's a Dimensional Prison, which is unfortunate, because if he has an Honest now, he could get in there, but I guess he doesn't. Milling some more cards. There's the Honest, the Celestias. Off the top, the cat. Pretty ridiculous. Definitely one of the best top decks I could get here. I have used the Sam Knight, so it's not as crazy, but I can get a Test Tiger and Test Apes. Now here, I think it is a misplay, but it could also be not. I want to double Ready Yari this turn, just guarantee that I get him on a lockdown. But I could have Test Tigered and returned the Geyserus to get 2 Gladiator Beasts. But again, if my opponent just randomly had Honest, maybe he didn't use it on the other turn to just defend himself. It could be bad, but yeah. Test Tiger or Test Ape goes in. He just, you know, runs into the wall. Pulls out another guy. This list doesn't play Secutor. so I can't Tiger into Secutor if that's what you guys are thinking. I take out the defense position 1, so I can't be honested, and I go in for 800. My opponent probably doesn't have anything. Attacking here is kind of risky with the Test Tiger, but I'm in a position where I could just get Murmillo out of the deck and blow up one of the cards. So the 600's okay. No Gores there. He tags out for Rediari. I start removing his graveyard. Definitely want to make sure that the Judgment Dragon is not in the graveyard. And then I want to do it again, of course, later on with the second Rediari. And you're just going to want to be removing the one-ofs in a Lightsworn deck. I'm talking about Garroth, Lumina, Jane, these kind of cards, because it's the names that count. The horse adds back Samnite. It's a free card, why not? Test Tiger puts it back in and grabs the same card. Test Tiger just says you summon a Gladiator Beast as if it was summoned by a Gladiator Beast. So I summon Rediari again. Rediari's effect to banish a card in the graveyard. I'm just reading to double check. My opponent's asking me, hey, are you allowed to do that? Which is understandable. It seems very strong, but that's why Test Tiger is pretty good. I get rid of Lumina. Could be a misplay. Lumina baiting is pretty good. Fusion Summon. Heraclinos. Yeah, I could leave it in there. My opponent might think to go for a Lumina play later on, and I could chariot it. That would be pretty strong. But 3000 is definitely a problem for him. The only thing that can out this is pretty much JD or like some type of combo with Celestia, but it's pretty hard to do when you can't use spells. I can negate one spell and trap that turn as well, so I drew Rediari again. Attack with the 3000 in case it's a hamster. It is a hamster. Right here, I think I should have charioted. I don't really want my opponent to deck thin, because deck thinning is deck winning. I chariot the effect. Obviously, I can't let my Heraclinos die, and I tag out. Yeah, I think him drawing a Raikou later on would have been much better to have in his deck. I shouldn't have charioted that. I should have charioted effect. But the horse grabs back the chariot, and I got him on another turn of being locked out, where I can negate one spell and trap, and I can negate one monster effect. So it's looking pretty damn good for us over here. The entire aggression has been reversed. Beckoning Light.
Nope.
Definitely not going to let that happen. Beckoning Light could get him random stuff. I'm not really down for that. I can slowly pick apart my stuff, even though he doesn't have a JD in his grave. I take it out. I obviously chariot it. Attack it for 16, get a free tag. Unfortunately, I can't tag in and get the chariot again this turn, so he'll have a turn where he can use monster effects, but the Rediari just really going to work here. Sometimes I wish I played two. Again, you're going to be looking for the one-of names, Jane, Garroth, these kind of things. I remove the Jane because it's the one that can kind of squish with the Liquari or beat it down if it doesn't have the effect, so I choose that one over the Garroth. It also mills. I draw, play MST, doesn't really matter here. Take out the monster. Hopefully it's not another Raikou, but I don't think it can be. And he has to Necroguard into this because I can just get the guy that gets Chariot back, and then he's extra doomed. Set 1, it's pretty locked up. I don't think a spell and trap will change the game in his favor, so I'd rather set the back row. Now, hopefully you guys like this Gladiator Beast deck, or even the Lightsworn deck, and give it a chance yourself. See what it's all about. Flip the bottomless, and it's a big concede. We got there. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.